Gregory! What the f are you doing? How did you get up there?
Hello, guys. How are you all?
Hi, how's everybody doing?
We are back with Boba for The Mod Shop, episode 5.
Kaiju!
Kaiju. I'm holding it in so much. we'll get to my boy eventually.
Because kaiju not only means giant monsters, but also giant robots.
The actual translation doesn't even have the word giant in it. It just means strange beast. That's the actual translation of kaiju.
Gojira is a Japanese citizen, by the way.
That's, you know, that doesn't surprise me. Cat just caught her claws on my arm when she fell off my lap. That sounds about right, yeah. Little
That is
demons.
a single cat event.
But yeah, we're here and talking about kaiju. And are there any specific ones you wanted to talk about? Because you know the one I want to talk about when we get to him.
I mean, I know about Gojira. That's just that, yeah.
Is that literally it?
That and Big Robot.
Big robot? Is it Pacific Rim Big Robot or another big robot?
Yeah, like I really like Pacific Rim.
I mean, I guess
Like
you
a
could count
lot.
the Ava units.
I mean, yeah, Ava units. I like if we're talking about the Ava units, literally literally just giant mounds of flesh covered in armor, and the armor is their prison. That is pretty fucking sick.
I mean, yeah.
Also, I wish I could poke out Asuka's other eye.
Anyway, we're we're not gonna get into Asuka because that's a whole different discussion for another day.
I'll just throw Shinji at her at the hospital again.
Do it. But the funny thing is, a lot of people don't actually know this, even though they know what Godzilla represents. They don't know that the original movie was supposed to be a horror movie.
A horror movie?
Yeah, the original Godzilla is supposed to be a horror movie. And looking at it, it's clear that it is, but obviously because of just the effects nowadays, it looks fucking ridiculous and funny as hell. Back then,
Mm.
it was really terrifying to the citizens of Japan because he was just straight up a representation of the nuclear bomb that had been dropped on them.
Damn.
Considering in some iterations, his actual lore is that he is descending upon Japan as a punishment to them for joining the war in the first place.
That is really dark.
Yeah,
I don't think I've considered that.
the a lot of his other lore is supposed to be he was asleep, just kind of hibernating at the bottom of the ocean, and they got woken up by the Castle Bravo test.
Oh, well. Yay, nuclear testing.
Yay.
Also, that it makes me sad because one of my favorite boats got vaporized in a nuclear test.
Jesus.
The German ship Prince Eugen, or Eugen, was captured by the United States and used as target practice in a atomic test later.
That sounds about right, yeah.
So, oof.
Oof, indeed. Actually, Godzilla wasn't even. This is another weird thing. He is not the king of the monsters in Japan.
No?
That is something he was never supposed to be called or have as a part of him. It got added for one of the movie's appearances in America. They're just oh, look at the king of the monsters, and it just kind of stuck ever since, even though he is not supposed to be.
Hmm.
We know the true king, but again, we're waiting. We're waiting before I go all in.
Don't tell me your favorite's like King Kong.
No. No, it's not. It is not. I've had such a fucking hyperfixation on this one specific one.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's ooh, we'll get to him, don't worry.
Oh boy.
I also don't count Kong as a kaiju pretty much. I don't know. It's
Why? But why though?
it's
Doesn't
it's
need
one of the
further
weird
definition.
things. Just I think it's mostly just because he is Thank you for the care package, Shin.
Thank you, Shin.
I think it's mostly because, like, every other kaiju story...
Yeah?
Bless you. Sorry, I have redeems going off. God. I have one more that needs to go off. There it goes. Okay.
That was just me stretching.
Okay. I sounded like I couldn't tell over the redeems going off what happened, so I just was like, I'll assume sneeze.
A good default, honestly.
So, like, I don't know. It's one of those weird things where... Because he's not, like... I don't want to... This sounds weird. Like, he's not special at all, I guess is what I'm trying to say, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Like, his whole thing is just a big monkey, while all the other kaiju that exist are... Like, have something.
Like Godzilla knows Hyper Beam.
Exactly.
And
That,
the Geiger counter's going off.
the Geiger counter. Rodan lives in volcanoes and in some iterations has fire breath.
Hmm.
Mothra has a lot of lore. I think Mothra has more lore than Godzilla, which is funny as fuck. But yeah, so that's why I don't count it, because it is literally just a big monkey.
Big monkey.
Big monkey.
God.
Also, it always felt out of place to me, considering he is like an American monster, not
Japanese.
yeah.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Because actually, no, you want to know the weirdest part? Mecha Godzilla did not exist until Mecha King Kong came out, and they ripped it off of Mecha King Kong to make Mecha Godzilla.
Lol.
Where it's like, that's just fucking insane to me. God, what else is there? There's so many. Oh yeah, so Mothra's always been weird. Mothra is technically immortal.
Technically.
Technically.
How so?
So basically, whenever she knows she is about to die, because she just somehow knows, she lays an egg. Then after she dies, these God, what are they called? Like Shinobujin or whatever. They're these weird little twins that are like 2 inches tall, whatever the fuck. That are like spiritually connected to Mothra and can somehow understand like what she and the other kaiju say. They will sing near the egg, which causes it to hatch into a new larva Mothra with the same memories and emotions and feelings as the previous one.
That's whack.
So
It's kind of creepy, actually.
yeah. Like, Mothra is technically immortal, because she can die, she just then is born again perfectly the same.
Huh. I sent out some alerts, by the way.
Okay, thank you. God, there's so many good... So, there's a lot more than just these five, but I really wanted to talk about the big five today, which are, Gojira, Mothra, or as she was originally called, Masara,
Masara.
Rodan, Mecha Godzilla, and King Ghidorah.
Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla.
Oh no, they turned him into a Terminator.
Slightly worse. It's specifically a Kaiju Terminator.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is specifically a Kaiju Terminator.
That's
And
amazing.
The original one got its shit wrecked. Then when a we'll get into the lore of him later, but when an alien race from the future creates Mecha King Ghidorah and they eventually beat that, they take all the metal from it. Like humans take the metal from it, put them over the bones of the original Godzilla and make a Mecha Godzilla 2.
Why?
I don't know, but this time they decided to give it guns, so you know.
Hell yeah. Give him a second amendment. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's fucking go.
There's no way this can go wrong.
Nope, none at all.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's one of there's a lot of weird things about those fucking older movies and like the lore. Cause like I said, I know a lot of the lore for one of them when we get to him. The other ones I know like the basic whatever.
All right.
So like funny thing, all of the original kaiju movies are basically either are basically follow the formula of kaiju shows up, destroys a bunch of shit, kills a bunch of people, then is either beaten by humanity or another kaiju, and then just dips for a bit before eventually joining forces with the others for like once or twice.
That sounds so whack.
Yeah, it's a lot of really funny shit that happens like that, cause like, Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra all kind of hated each other,
I mean,
and then Ghidorah appears, and someone shows up and is like, "Oh, I'm from his home planet. He's gonna fucking wipe you all out." And so they're like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" And the creepy little singing twins were like, "Mothra will fight, but she is not strong enough alone. We need Godzilla and Rodan." So Mothra goes to Godzilla and Rodan, who had been like fighting the entire movie. And they're like, "We gotta go stop Ghidorah." And they're like, "Not," like straight up. A line from the movie is both of them say they won't do it until the other apologizes.
apologize to me.
Yeah, straight up.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good. There's a lot of weird shit that happens in that first fucking Ghidorah movie. Oh my god.
Like what?
Uh,
Y'all have to forgive me. I'm very unfamiliar with this topic.
yeah, no, you're fine. We'll get there. Ghidorah's the one I want to talk about the most, but I know as soon as we do, its hyperfixation is going off.
Okay.
So that's why I've been waiting.
That's funny.
When I tell you I spent 3 days, I watched like 20 Ghidorah lore videos in like 3 days one day because I just wanted to.
Bruh.
I have problems, okay?
And we love them.
Why?
Because they're cute, that's
No,
why.
they're not. Anyway. So,
They're
no.
adorable. Shut up.
No, make me bitch. So,
Oh, I will.
alright, you can go ahead and try. But, so yeah, it's a lot of that. Godzilla's lore has changed so fucking much. Where, like I said, he was originally just supposed to be like, "Oh, I am the nuclear bomb," and like scare the shit out of Japan with a horror movie. Now he then just kind of changed to, "I just a big monster that wants to fight other big monsters."
Hi,
And
Ali.
hi Ali, not cute. Well, I'm not, but Boba is. Um, and
No, you.
now he's basically changed to a protector of Earth, where like any time something shows up that's like, "Oh, I'm here to kill something," he's just like, "No, oh, we not do that."
Hmm. Well, shit, okay.
Um, Mothra was only really a villain in like her first fucking movie.
What did Mothra do?
Just kind of wipe out a bunch of shit. Like it wasn't. She necessarily wasn't like attacking the city. She was just kind of existing. But her just going about her life kind of fucked a bunch of shit up. And then she laid her egg like in a fucking building.
I mean, you can't really blame Mothra considering it was probably nice and warm in the building.
Yeah, we're talking about kaiju, Ollie.
Kaiju,
Kaiju.
like Godzilla kind of kaiju. Or if you want to talk about Kaiju number 8, that anime is interesting.
I haven't seen it yet, so. There's so much. Oh my god.
Go off, Queen.
Oh my god, never say that to me again.
Damn.
Like she was pretty much only a villain for like the first couple movies because then there's Godzilla versus Mothra, but they always have to have a fight. Then it just kind of became a Mothra and Godzilla have this weird like symbiotic relationship,
Mm-hmm.
which has carried over into the MonsterVerse movies, where the design of Mothra in those movies, you know how like there's that moth that when they spread their wings it looks like owl eyes to like trick things. Did you not know that exists?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's a species
Okay.
of moth that when it spreads its wings, the pattern on the wings look like bird eyes.
That's terrifying.
So like things will be like, "Oh shit, that's just a bird. Don't want to eat it."
That's terrifying.
In the MonsterVerse movies, Mothra has the same pattern on her wings except it's Godzilla's eyes.
Mothra, that's plagiarism's not okay.
Jesus.
Okay. I'm gonna get Godzilla's gonna fucking sue you.
Oh, don't worry. She also has a fucking hornet stinger in that version.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they gave her a fucking hornet stinger.
Ow. That sounds horrible. I guess
It's
we have
not
to watch
shown at
Kaiju.
any point in the movie until she uses it on another monster and kills it.
I guess we have to watch kaiju movies.
Oh, yes.
Hi, hey pastry, how
Hey,
you doing?
Pastry. How was your stream? Is it over?
Yeah, how was your stream,
But,
streamer?
streamer. Which, okay, by the way, before we get into it, guys, warning, I have not gotten the chance yet to see Godzilla X Kong, so I would prefer no spoilers, obviously. But
Yeah.
so
Oh no, big monster fight other big monster on top of the Empire State Building.
wouldn't even surprise me if that's where they end up next.
Bruh.
Uh, so, I mean, considering they in the last movie it was King Kong and Godzilla beating the shit out of Mecha Godzilla in fucking Shanghai, if I remember correctly. I
That
think
sounds
they were in
hilarious.
Shanghai. Um. So yeah, there's a lot that happens in the fucking MonsterVerse. We'll get to it eventually. We need to finish Terminator.
Yeah, we do need to finish Terminator, and then you can see how it immediately drops off after 2.
Oh god.
Because 3 is not great, and then I didn't even watch 4 and 5.
And 6.
Yeah, I didn't even know 6 existed because I blocked it out of my mind because it is so absolutely depressing.
I mean,
Like,
fair
how do
enough,
you make killer robots uninteresting?
right? So, let's see. I did kind of went over Godzilla and Mothra. Rodan was Rodan is very interesting.
What's the
Because
deal with Rodan?
okay, so obviously you know what the Godzilla and Mothra like look like, right? 'Cause Mothra's just like giant fucking moth. Rodan is basically a fucking pterodactyl that lives in a volcano and has fire breath in some versions.
Big flying dinosaur?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Cool
it
name, though.
the weird thing for it is in its movie, it's not the only one. In the original Rodan movie, there are two.
Two Rodans?
Yes. It's basically
Rodanicide.
it's basically it and its mate. Like they meet and they end up becoming mates. Um,
Oh, that's convenient.
the thing is, Rodan flies fast enough that just flying over cities like was toppling buildings.
Oh. Well, I can see how that would be an issue. Make him into a coat. Thanks for the
Jesus.
lurk, Ollie.
Thanks for the lurk. So they, it was basically just like the Rodan mates like just running around, just doing their own thing, but then causing a bunch of shit to humanity just from existing.
Hmm.
And so humanity
Well,
trapped them in their own fucking volcano.
I mean, that's what you get for living in a volcano.
Uh,
What are you, a Bond villain?
Rodan translates to fire demon.
Okay, well, that's accurate, I guess.
Uh, that's why I think it's really cool because so in the MonsterVerse movies, they
Hmm.
there is this organization called Monarch who basically is in charge of keeping an eye on all the hidden kaiju they find and like making sure they stay asleep and don't fuck with humanity. Um, which they were doing a pretty good job at. The only time they really like the first time they fucked up is because the monster they had fucking EMPs, and so just wiped out all their shit.
Guess they've never heard of a Faraday cage, huh?
Apparently.
That that's all you need.
Um. So, and then in the uh first Ghidorah movie, a Rodan comes out of the volcano, but no one actually knows if that is like one of the original two or if they just had a kid.
Oh God. Oh no.
So like, no one knows. It's never been explained. So people are like, we don't know if this is the first Rodan or a new Rodan.
Does the Rodan remember what you did to it?
No, I don't think so. But it also just now has a hatred of Godzilla, so maybe.
I mean, that's just rival dinosaurness.
A rival
That's just
dinosaur.
that's just what happens.
I
You
need.
another big dinosaur sees a big dinosaur, and they're like, "Let's fight."
Rar.
You look like food to me.
You look like food. Uh, Mecha Godzilla. Sorry, that's pretty much all that I got on Rodan, because there is a scene that I want you to watch for yourself when we get there. In the MonsterVerse, when Rodan wakes up, that is the best scene, I think, in like all of Kaiju cinema.
Huh. Okay.
The way they did it is fucking perfect.
Interesting.
Because I'm sorry, I'm not gonna like get too much into it because again, I want you to see it for yourself. But in that one scene, they not only show us how powerful he is by just like once again flying over a city, everything gets wiped out just from him flying. But also we get to see how fucking smart he is.
This is what every wind Bakugan user thinks they are.
Listen, don't do Shun like that. Shun was actually in first place for like most of the series and only got beat because main character energy.
Because main character.
Yeah. And which should not have happened, by the way.
Uh, if you use Air Bakugan, you're a loser.
Would you
Just
use Air
saying.
Bakugan?
You calling me a loser?
No, I was just asking which one you'd use. Seeing what you'd say.
No, I just said I wouldn't use Air Bakugan,
I know.
even if it hard countered you.
Damn. Okay, I guess you're losing. But
I'll take that loss on my chin.
so back. So Mechagodzilla is basically just people getting fucking sick of Godzilla's shit.
I mean, I'd get pretty sick too if that kept interrupting me when I'm trying to go to work.
Listen, he's fine. Don't bully him.
It's like, I get paid $7.25 an hour. I don't need your shit.
It's like it's Japan. You think you're getting paid $7.25?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's like, I don't know.
I'd say maybe like $2 an hour, but you know.
$2 an hour. Damn.
But so like it's just one of those funny things where humans are like, we're sick of your shit, so we're gonna make a weapon specifically to kill you, and then it doesn't.
Doesn't work.
It does not.
Damn.
I don't. I will. I'll be the first to say I'm not a huge fan of Mecha Godzilla in general.
You don't like big robot?
It's
Or does it just feel stupid? Or
it's
cop out?
that one just feels stupid.
I can see that because it's not a giant monster, it's a man-made monster,
Yeah.
and that's kind of dumb.
And like I said, it's also very dumb to me when I found out that fucking Mecha King Kong came first.
What if we made giant monkey?
If we made giant monkey, but lizard.
Yes, exact. Give him laser eyes too.
So the thing I like though, is the MonsterVerse Mechagodzilla. It was supposed to be piloted remotely by like some dude just with his brain,
Hmm.
because the tech company Apex that made it, they had one of Ghidorah's skulls. Ghidorah is like has telepathy and like all of this psychic energy because every single inch of his body is made up of neurons.
Neurons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he is entirely neurological matter, and that's why he's able to fucking regenerate as much as he can, to the point where he can regenerate an entire fucking head. There's a movie where
excessive.
there's a movie where he regenerates himself just from his tail that got ripped off. Like Mothra ripped off his tail and then pushed him into a fucking volcano, and he was able to regenerate from just the part of the tail that got ripped off.
That's insane.
So they basically made this robot, hooked it up to Ghidorah's skull, and then hooked the skull up to a like control helmet, basically. And we're like, all right, this guy who fucking hates kaiju because they're the reason his dad's fucking dead is just gonna pilot the kaiju killing machine.
Damn. All right.
Ghidorah did not like that.
What did Ghidorah do? Huh?
Ghidorah made the system overload, so it fried the dude's brain, and then took control of Mechagodzilla for himself to go and murder Godzilla and Kong.
My God.
He also failed, but it's also really good because he did get hit. It did get its like main like power source along with basically its spine like predatored out of its body, but you know. It got its spine and skull predatored, but you know.
Okay.
But it's oh god, it's such a good movie too. Like a lot of people didn't like it, and I will say, the one downfall those movies have are when the monsters are not on screen.
I mean, yeah. And then you try to put emotion into two characters. Like, oh, I know. Let's get Dwayne the Rock Johnson and a attractive woman on the screen. There you go. Done.
Are you talking about
That's what it
Rampage?
seems like. Yeah, it's exactly what it seems like.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're gonna create a disaster movie, you put those two together, and then you create a huge disaster that costs like 4 billion in CGI.
I'd also like to point out that I don't know if Godzilla X Kong also has her in it, but uh, Godzilla King of Monsters and then Godzilla versus Kong, both had the girl who fucking plays 11 as like one of the main characters, who
Bruh.
has some sort of weird connection to Godzilla.
Huh.
But yeah, the Mechagodzilla story is really good because at the beginning of the movie for that one, we see the eye. We see what would eventually become Mechagodzilla's eye, just like sitting in one of the Apex, like the Apex cybernetics like warehouses, basically. Godzilla
Yeah.
attacks for no reason, and obviously no one knows that they're making this anti kaiju weapon. They just are. Godzilla attacks the facility, and everyone are like, "Why is he here? What is he doing?" For like no reason. Oh shit, he's like actually a problem. And so that's when, like, we don't know what it's for either. At this point, everyone's just like, "Why did Godzilla attack these people?" And
Maybe he was bored.
and then partway through the movie, we see Mechagodzilla activate for the first time, and it gives us a close up on the eye, and it's like, "That's the thing." Sorry.
You
I'm
okay?
trying. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of any other ones to talk about before going into my Ghidorah rant, but
Oh my god.
trying to think if there's any more I need to talk about. Uh, I don't like a lot of the other ones. Is the problem?
Aw.
Okay, well, because Gigan's all right. Some of him just looks like too goofy for me to enjoy. Gamera's pretty cool. Kamunga, I'm never gonna fucking like, but you know, Kamunga's a giant spider.
Oh, well, that's kind of self-explanatory. Judging about how you deal with wolf spiders and grounded,
All right, listen,
or orb weavers,
or
or the
anything,
little guys.
or anything.
Um, yeah.
Don't worry, I fucking showed up to Zen's stream yesterday at him being like, because he was playing Wuthering Waves, and he's just like, "Oh, a cobweb here. Maybe there's giant spiders in this game." And I'm like, "Of course." As soon as I show up, that gets said. Like, why? Why?
Wait, what?
The new fucking like Hoyoverse game.
Oh, okay.
It
And
was like as soon as I showed up to his stream, he was looking at something, and he was like, "Oh, there's giant cobwebs here. Maybe there's giant spiders in this game." And I'm like, "Why? Why do I show up at this exact point?"
of course.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, so there is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck actually that got based off. They made a Kaiju deck, and all of them are based off pre-existing Kaiju, and they basically made the cards work to where you could have a Kaiju fight.
Ooh, that sounds great. I love that.
Because every single kaiju has this effect where it's you can special summon this monster to your opponent's field by tributing one of their monsters. Then, if your opponent controls a kaiju, you can special summon a kaiju from your hand to your field, and then just make them fight.
Oh my god.
There's Gamma Seal, the flying turtle kaiju, who's based off of God English, Gamera, who's just a turtle kaiju with rockets in its fucking legs.
Bruh.
There's uh Raiden the multi-dimensional kaiju is based off Dark Lugiel from the Ultraman series. Um I forget what Jizukiru the Star Destroying kaiju is based on. I want to say it's not Scylla. No, that's different fucking kaiju. I don't remember what it's based on, but whatever. Uh There's Kamungus, who's based off Kamunga. So, that card is great to look at.
Noted.
There's Gardala, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, which is Mothra. Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, which is just King Ghidorah. Dogaran, the Mad Flame Kaiju, which is specifically Burning Godzilla.
Burning Godzilla? I didn't know he came with a flame element. That's cool as fuck.
It is the nuclear reactor that is his heart undergoing a meltdown, and everyone's worried that if it fucking blows, the entire atmosphere is going to get vaporized.
Oh, so he's just portable Fukushima. Okay.
Yes. But worse. Because I think it said the force of like 10,000 nuclear bombs.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
You're like, this is great. And then there's the longest Yu-Gi-Oh card name that's ever been made in history. Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mecha Dogaran is obviously just a Mecha Godzilla, but it's really fucking funny. But yeah, I really like that deck, and I'm working on making a Kaiju deck right now. Because I like the idea of just wiping out all of my opponent's monsters by just summoning mine to their field and then just making them fight.
Bruh.
Listen, I'm an asshole. If I want to Kaiju your shit, I'm gonna Kaiju your shit.
Fair enough.
Also, there isn't a lot of protection against the Kaijus, so there's nothing they can really do about it. Because I'm an asshole. Anyway. So there's like... Okay. We're finally getting to him. We're finally getting to
Here
my boy.
we go.
King Ghidorah is fantastic. You know what that bitch looks like?
Send me a picture.
Okay, I'm sending you a picture, because I love this thing. I also, while looking for fucking GIFs on Tenor, found, Sorry, I just read a DM I got sent, and I don't know how to feel about that. I'm just
You
gonna read...
okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine. I'm just gonna read this out loud, and I want you to try and think of who sent this to me if they haven't already sent it to you. Did you know that if you ask Google for tips of making cheese better stick to your pizza, the AI will recommend mixing 1/8 cup of Elmer's glue into the sauce?
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna respond with what the fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Anyway, Amphi, what the fuck?
Bruh.
Hang on, let me see if I can find the one that's just that I sent to everyone. I'm like, this is now my new favorite GIF to send to people. Where is it? There. Look, he Angie.
Let me see. Wiggles furiously.
But yeah, hang on. I found. Oh god, I need to find a good one of him. There we go. His alpha call image. There we go. A two-tailed, three-headed golden dragon who, by the way, every other lore for a kaiju has been Earth, right? Like, it's like, this is where they lived. This is, like, they've been here this whole time. Ghidorah is specifically said to have come from the stars. He is an alien. He's
Space dragon?
He is an invasive species, and as soon as he showed up, dominated the Earth.
Nice.
To the point where in his first ever movie, it takes 3 kaiju to beat him. And even then, they barely got it done. Like I said, he can fucking regenerate so fucking well.
That's kind of weird. Okay. I love that.
Each of his heads has a different personality, and the middle head has, like, is kind of in charge of the other two. And their names are Ichi, Ni, and San, but San also gets called Kevin.
Okay.
I don't know why, but there's like Oh, God, there's so much. God, I fucking love him. Look at him. Sorry, I need to stop. Um,
Bruh.
I have issues. Like, he's so cool. Okay, so in his first ever movie, uh, we meet some lady who basically she ended up getting possessed by like some a weird being from Venus.
Yeah.
They're called Venusians because they're from Venus. But what we learned from her is Ghidorah terraformed Venus to his own. Like there was a civilization on Venus, and the reason Venus is so fucked up now is because Ghidorah terraformed it to be exactly as he wanted it. So
Oh,
he could
so
rule over it.
he's the reason why it rains molten iron over there.
Yes.
Great. No, wait, is that Mercury? It might be
No,
Mercury.
I don't remember which one.
I think Venus is just caustic.
I just always heard it called acid rain, so I don't remember like what it is specifically.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mercury is the one I was thinking of. That like it rains iron over there.
Jesus. I mean, makes sense, but uh so there's a thing about Venus though,
Yeah.
because everyone's like, okay, he's from Venus and just like got pissed off, so wiped out the planet or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
We learn from the lady partway through the movie that, or I don't even remember if it was partway through that movie or one of his other ones. We learn from someone at some point he also just randomly showed up on Venus one day. No one knows where he came from originally.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of shows up to places, decides he wants to rule the territory, and wipes out everything to make it exactly as he wants it.
So evil wandering space dragon.
Yes.
It's
The
badass.
the fact that he is specifically called in the MonsterVerse movies an invasive species is so that idea is so cool to me, because like I said, it takes like 3 of them to actually beat him.
Jesus.
There's and even, oh my god, he's so cool. They're called his gravity beams, where they look like lightning, but a lot of the times they're just kind of described as like just kind of fucking with things. Like they're not necessarily electricity, it's just kind of fucking with everything.
Yeah.
Um
Fucking with everything.
in the one movie they actually like can lift things up to then be thrown down.
Hmm. Okay. That's normal.
Um in one of his other movies, he was specifically sent to wipe out Japan by people in the future whose whole goal is we will wipe out these nations before they become the global superpowers they are in the future.
Bruh.
And then he gets his shit wrecked.
Hmm.
So then they make Mecha King Ghidorah.
That's a great idea.
Who also gets his shit wrecked and then gets turned into Mecha Godzilla 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Wow. Okay. Such a amazing plot.
It's great. But oh my god, there's so many. There's so many. There's so many. I can talk about this guy forever. Cuz by the way, I would like to point out in the MonsterVerse movies, he is specifically called the one who is many, which is what his theme song is called, which I mean, as if after looking at him you can see why.
Yeah.
Well,
Guy's so cool.
he is. He also is specifically called out to the reason he's going to all these places is specifically because he is a youngest son who was not going to get any territory of his own. There are more Ghidorahs.
So he's a salty child. Okay.
Yes.
That's even funnier. But also more than one Ghidorah is kind of insane.
But if you think about it, not getting any territory of his own, and that's why he left. They have some kind of weird, like, royalty hierarchy system in their own species.
That's kind of neat.
And so here's the thing. Godzilla is an alpha titan in these movies, which basically means everyone else just sort of listens to him and knows if they don't, they're going to get their shit wrecked.
Yeah.
Ghidorah showed up and fucked his shit up.
That's amazing.
It led to them fighting constantly. Ancient civilizations have all these fucking paintings and stuff about Ghidorah just, like, showing up and fucking causing havoc everywhere. And then, for whatever reason, he gets sealed in ice in Antarctica. Like,
How?
they think, like, there's a bunch, but I guess one of the new Titans could have done it. Like, a lot of people are assuming it's one of the new Titans from the new movie probably did it. We don't actually know. Like I said, I haven't seen the new movie, so I can't really say, like, how or why. But what had happened was they want to get rid of Godzilla. In King of the Monsters, they want to get rid of Godzilla. Or, like, there's this eco-terrorist group who wants to get rid of Godzilla. Or humans, I forget. Oh, God, the plot of King of the Monsters, but involving the humans is dumb. I just want to see big monsters beat the shit out of each other. Especially Ghidorah. But they wake. I think it's specifically to, like, fuck with humanity, but whatever. So they have this device that's, like, supposed to be, it can wake up the Titans from their sleep. So they use it on Ghidorah, who is called Monster Zero. Now keep in mind, these people do not work for Monarch, like the organizations that's keeping them asleep. They don't work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, even if they did work for them, they have no idea what Ghidorah does. They just found him frozen in ice. They don't know what his personality's like or anything. So they wake him up, and he is pissed. He immediately wipes out, like, the entire firing squad that was there with just his gravity beams. He gets out of, like, the ice fully, spreads his wings, and, like, kind of stands up as much as he can because Godzilla shows up. And we get this wide shot to look at them both. Godzilla is shorter.
That's insane.
They purposely showed the fact that Ghidorah is bigger than their main monster.
It's like, things could be so much worse.
Yeah.
They, in fact, are.
They, in fact, are. Well, here's the thing. At some point during that fight, Godzilla readies his fucking atomic breath, right? Mm-hmm. Fires it at Ghidorah. Ghidorah just moves his heads out of the way and then shoots back a fucking gravity beam.
Oh my god. Okay.
After that fight, Monarch decided we need more creatures. So...
Oh, because that's a great idea.
They go and wake up Rodan and lead him to Ghidorah.
Bruh.
Because basically there was a point where we watched the main, like, fighter jet get run down by Rodan. Like, he's trying to catch up to them and grab them. And right before he does, he pulls away and everyone's like, oh, maybe he just realized, like, humans are there to help. The shot turns around to face the other direction. You see the jet is heading right for Ghidorah. And it's like, oh no, that's so much worse. It's like, oh, okay, he's gone. Oh, that's not much better.
Bruh.
So, oh my god, this fight is so good. Because Rodan has always been, I'm going to follow who's ever, like, winning. Like, its whole thing has just been like, listen, the King of the Monsters can exist, I don't care. I'm just gonna listen to whichever of you is better. So he gets his shit wrecked by Ghidorah, and from that moment on, is like follows Ghidorah around.
Well,
Um,
shit. Okay.
at one point, though, Ghidorah has his head ripped off by Godzilla, and retreats to Rodan's like volcano to wait out his regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as soon as the head is back, the fucking scene that I sent you, like the gif in the scene that I sent you, is him doing the best like fucking shot of him in the entire movie. His alpha call that wakes up all sleeping titans on Earth.
Bruh.
The terrorist group meant to wake up one titan. However, they woke up the alpha, who has control over the others.
Great idea. Good job.
So every single titan on Earth starts waking up.
Man, I'd just give up at that point.
Well, wait, it gets better. So humanity decides, once again, we need more. Let's go get Mothra. Which luckily
Mothra.
this one worked. But they're like, let's go get Mothra, why not? So they do. Mothra beats the shit out of Rodan and like stabs him with fucking poison stinger. Also sticks Ghidorah's face to a fucking window with her web, which is really funny. Oh my god, he's so cool. Sorry, I love him.
You don't have to apologize.
Because, okay, so like sticks his fucking head to a window. Except she got 2 of 3, so there is a head left, which is like Mothra do better.
Bruh.
So Godzilla tries to like wreck his shit. It doesn't fucking work. At first, it doesn't work at all. But there is a cool scene where when Madison, who's the girl that like is played by the same girl who plays 11, is trying to use the item to like get Ghidorah and all the other kaiju to calm down. She's trying to use like the fucking Titan speaking device. Ghidorah gets pissed at her, sees her through the window, and as he's heading over to her, this little, I guess it's like a chirping, whistling noise is the best way to describe it. That noise is what is from his original like few appearances while he's flying around. He's got this weird chirping noise from when he's flying in like the original movies, and they put it in this one as just like a little Easter egg, and that is so cool to me.
Amazing. I love that.
And oh my god, he is only able to be beaten once Mothra gets fucking turned into dust by him. Like he fucking zaps her and turns her into fucking dust. Except she then like the dust kind of just falls on Godzilla, who absorbs it and gets like burning Godzilla powers for some reason, and just kind of vaporizes Ghidorah completely, so he can't regenerate.
Hackerman. Hackerman Godzilla. Goddamn.
Hackerman Godzilla. And then at the end of the movie, they show that the one people were buying his heads that they were finding, like the one that got ripped off in the middle of the ocean, they have the head, and so they bought it. And I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna keep the thing that'll let him regenerate. Got it.
Of course.
Oh, God, he's so cool. So there's another movie where it is Mothra and Godzilla versus Gigan and Monster X. Mothra gets set on fire by Gigan, and before she dies, she flies into him, so he blows up since like he's partially robot.
Of course.
So they both just kind of die there. Godzilla is in the process of beating Monster X, who then just transforms into a fucking metal version of Ghidorah called Kaiser Ghidorah.
Kaiser Ghidorah? Jesus.
Kaiser Ghidorah. And it is basically just robotic Ghidorah.
As if you could make Ghidorah worse. Turn him into a fucking robot.
All right. Hi, Rev. Rev, you are
Hi,
you
Rev.
are in time. You get to hear me be a menace. Thank you for the stretch. So,
Yes, it is I.
okay. So, there's another movie, Godzilla the Planet Eater. Godzilla is not the planet eater in that movie. Godzilla,
Hmm.
humanity just wants to kind of like deal with their Godzilla situation. It's an anime movie, by the way, but it's like one of those full 3D anime.
It's me. I'm the planet eater.
Um,
I want to eat Saturn.
Humanity, they have this person who summons, who like calls the like, they're like, oh, we need to summon something that can deal with Godzilla for us. What they end
Hmm.
up summoning is Void Ghidorah.
Void Ghidorah. Huh?
Void Ghidorah descends upon the world from three black holes he opens, basically. Like they're portals, but they look like black holes. Because this Ghidorah has control over space time, which is how he's able to enter these other dimensions, kill multiple Godzillas, and devour their planets. He is the smallest estimation for his size that I have seen is 13 miles.
Bruh. Okay.
That is the smallest estimation for his size that I have seen. He has an ability where he is able to bite, grab onto, do whatever he needs to whatever he is fighting without them being able to touch him at all.
That's insane.
The only parts of his body that become tangible are whenever he is the one who wants it done.
And how can this guy lose?
Because they fucking took out the human who was like had the connection to him that summoned him in the first place.
Bruh. Okay.
He would not have lost if it weren't for human interference.
Gotta love human interference.
Actually, that's the case with most Ghidorahs.
That they're
Ghid-
just unbeatable.
Ghidorah in the MonsterVerse would not have lost. Godzilla was about to fucking die, and then some dude just set off a fucking nuke next to him to be like, "Here, absorb the radiation so you can get strong again."
It's okay. Tag team.
Tag team, yep. Humanity's also the one who went to Mothra and are like, "You kind of need to hurry up and like do your metamorphosis and go help your shit." Like
Imagine reasoning with Mothra. That is funny.
Mothra's always been able to like reason with humanity. Mothra's been like this kind of like I'm always just gonna talk to humanity and help them out when we need to. Like we just have this really cool relationship to the point where they're like on this island that she gets worshipped by all these people.
I mean, it's better than being, being murdered by humanity, I guess.
Yeah, Mothra's always just kind of been cool with us.
Damn.
But so Void Ghidorah also has that chirping sound when he flies in for the first time.
Bro.
I'm gonna see if I can find a thing of Void Ghidorah to show you. Yeah. Okay. This is just his heads wrapping around Godzilla. That is
Okay.
the length of just his heads. And keep in
That is
mind, he is coming
spooky.
in from another dimension. We don't see the rest of his body in this scene. We just see his heads coming through these portals and doing what they need to do.
Huh. Okay.
Void Ghidorah is the most powerful kaiju to ever fucking exist, and if anyone tries to argue that against me, they are just straight up wrong.
Bruh, okay.
I will never let this go because I had someone try and tell me that, oh, well, technically Godzilla won, so he's not the strongest. It's like, yeah, because a human had to fucking die first. Like, because I would also like to point out this Ghidorah has devoured multiple planets before that have summoned him to help, and they didn't find this out until afterwards. There have
That's
been
insane.
multiple instances where places will summon or like places will be having a kaiju problem. They'll be like, we need this other threat to help. So they summon Ghidorah, who devours the kaiju, like kills the kaiju, and then devours the planet.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
No.
They're like, oh, we have a kaiju problem. Quick, let's summon the Eater of Worlds. Wow, great idea.
Great idea, guys.
Promoted. You're the president now.
And you want to know what's funny? I almost wasn't going to talk about him today, but if you see the design on him, he kind of looks like the fucking tails on the cat demon that Seto was just fighting.
That's hilarious.
Doesn't it?
Kind of hot though. I mean the giant flaming cat demons. It's neat.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair. Also, like, oh my god. He is so cool. Sorry, oh my god, I love him.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm trying to find another good one of, like, this to just show you how good it is. Because his design, like, Void Ghidorah's full design is just really good, too. And this is the best way I can show it off to you.
Rev, the answer to that is yes.
No. Ghidorah sexual. Like,
Bruh.
look at this thing. That is the scene. That is, like, one of the scenes where we just kind of get, like, a glimpse of him before he shows up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So, oh my god, he's so cool.
Oh my god.
When I tell you that this thing has been a hyperfixation for me for like the past few months, ever since I figured out that Universes was going to be releasing a Ghidorah deck. Like, I've always liked Ghidorah, but they're releasing a Ghidorah deck, and it makes so much sense for him with what it does. You start the game with 3 fucking Ghidorah counters on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you die, you remove a counter and go back to full health.
Okay.
He also lets you play cards from anywhere from your discard pile. Again, because he's a fucking regenerating son of a bitch. And all of his support cards names work so well with him. There's Space Terror. There's Unstoppable Threat. Like, it's just, he's, God, they really captured him so well in the game. And I cannot wait until I get those cards and have it done.
I can't wait to see them. You better show them to me.
I will. Oh my god. His name is also just like them basically just stealing the word Hydra, which is really funny. Is they're just all like the Greek god Hydra, and we're like, we want it. And also, what I think is really cool in the MonsterVerse, they gave all of the Titans scientific names. So it's called like Titanus something, right? For most of the creatures that already exist, they gave them their original Japanese names. So there's Titanus Gojira, Titanus Masura. Ghidorah, we don't see his name, I don't think. But we see where his original inspiration came from. Titanus Yamato Orochi, which is a Japanese, like, serpent. I don't remember if it's, like, specifically, like, a god or demon, but it's, like, this 8-headed serpent. And that's what the Orochimaru turns into in his final fight in Naruto.
Fucking Orochimaru. Fucking long neck motherfucker.
Long neck man. God, it's... Whew. You know,
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about Kaiju number 8. I need a minute. I am calming myself down from hyperfixation.
I mean, like I'm liking Kaiju number 8. I don't know if you guys have seen it, that anime that just came out. Basically, Japan is dealing with kaijus, and the only way they found a way to deal with them is having like a kaiju elimination squad, and they use essentially the body parts of other kaijus to make weapons and armor to fight the kaijus, and it mainly revolves around uh, this armor that's made out of kaiju muscle fibers, and you can the more training you do, the higher your percentage goes with unlocking your combat potential. And basically, yeah, you essentially become a kaiju to fight other kaijus, kind of power wise. And the main character wants to join the defense force to meet up with his like childhood friend or whatever, but he ends up getting infected by a specific kaiju, and now he can actually turn into one. In, and he doesn't have
Attack on
to use the
Titan.
suit. He doesn't have to use the suit. The thing is, though, it's not like yeah, he doesn't turn into like a big one or anything. He like turns into a hyper intelligent and hyper strong one that's about the size of like, but a guy that's like 6'5"
Oh,
maybe,
okay.
and he like spits blue fire. It's kind of neat. But it's some of it's serious and some of it's mainly just a comedy of the main character being an absolute dumbass. And his main thing is that he's trying to make it without using his kaiju powers because he's like he's like 30 plus something, and
Yeah.
if he basically he can't unlock any kaiju power from his like combat suit. He gets 1% power,
Get
and the
fucked.
rest of his squad gets like 30% power or 40% power or even 50% power, and it's like he can't even like lift his gun.
He just needs
It's
to do better.
yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. So now he actually has to use his brain and strategy, and maybe occasionally turn into his super kaiju form and essentially just annihilate the enemy. It it's neat. I'm enjoying it. Fun to watch while eating dinner, at least. But they showed some interesting looking kaiju's. There's a hyper intelligent one that can revive others like a necromancer,
Noise.
and can speak Japanese, and it's like hide himself in public. It's terrifying.
Oh
And
god.
then there was a giant walking mushroom that shits out smaller mushrooms.
That's fucking hilarious.
And it looks like a walking shrieker nest from Helldivers. It's terrifying.
Oh Jesus.
Which is I really really like mushrooms. I think they're really cool, and I like it when people. I just like giant mushrooms a lot. So
It's a
honestly,
weird
my
interest to
favorite
have.
kind of monster. Yeah, mushrooms. It's weird. I mean, I don't know. Fungi are neat, and they'll probably kill us all one day if kaiju don't kill us first.
So there's there's a kaiju movie that's like it it is an American, so it's like my other argument for King Kong doesn't work, but it at least isn't just a big monkey. Like it is its own thing. Cloverfield, and the monster in it, who's they just named Clover for while working on the movie.
Oh yes, the monster Uni Clover.
Uni Clover. So the entire movie is in a like found footage thing
Mm,
because it's supposed to be.
okay.
The start of the movie starts with found on camera an area formerly known as Central Park.
Bruh.
And it's basically supposed to be they're having a going away party for some guy, right? And as they're leaving the house, the fucking Statue of Liberty's head just comes flying through the fucking street and crash landing in front of them.
Oh god.
And so, like, all this chaos starts because everyone starts running, freaking out. For most of the movie, we don't even get a good glimpse of the thing. We just know that there is a giant monster running around. Like, we'll see its hand or its foot or something. We don't get a good glimpse of it. The entire military is shooting the thing over and over and over again. Nothing is working. God, it's so good. Because I learned about all the stuff they put into, like, making this thing. They had a bunch of biologists write a 15-page paper about how it would behave and, like, eat and all this stuff. And they even added a bunch of stuff about its, like, behavior and biology that doesn't appear in the movie. There's just now a scientific paper on this creature.
Well, shit, okay.
Also, hi, Kanira.
Hi, Mama. We're talking about kaijus.
Partway through the movie, we watch it drop these other little insects off of it. They scurry around, they end up biting one of the main characters, who starts bleeding from the nose and eyes when they reach this quarantine site. Someone freaks out, like one of the people freaks out and goes, "Oh my god, she's been infected." They drag her into this other room, and we watch, like, through the shadow of the tent, basically, as she just explodes. If these creatures bite you, there is nothing you can do. They don't have a cure, and you just fucking explode eventually.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Near the end of the movie, we get... Because they end up nuking the thing, right?
Naturally.
They end up nuking the thing as our main characters are in a helicopter flying away. It jumps out of, like, the nuclear blast and grab... Or no, that wasn't... When did the nuke happen? It's been forever since I've seen this movie. No, okay, this wasn't the nuke. They just bombed him. They bombed him. He jumps out of the smoke and attacks the helicopter, which crashes, leaving... the pilot dies, but 3 of our main characters are left alive. Which is the guy, his girlfriend, and, like, the guy who's been filming the whole time. Well, the guy who's been filming the whole time crawls out of the helicopter, grabs the camera, like, starts looking around, and as he's looking down at the camera to, like, make sure, like, the lens isn't broken and it's still filming all this, behind him, the monster, like, walks up and looks down on him.
Oh my god.
We finally get our first good look at the thing. Its head is like a fucking piranha. Its body is so... I can't even describe what its body is, but it's got these 2 other, like, appendages on it that everyone thought were another set of arms. No, I learned later those are external esophagi.
Oh, okay. Just for swallowing things?
Just for swallowing things.
That is terrifying.
I'd
rather it be arms.
It eats him whole. Like, it eats the man whole. The camera gets grabbed by the couple, who runs, hides under this bridge in Central Park before the fucking nuke gets dropped and wipes out them and the fucking monster. This later came to be known as... Oh god. This came to be... Thank you. This came to be known later as the Cloverfield incident. Which then everyone's just started calling the monster Clover afterwards. Now, I would like to point out, this thing is as tall as the Statue of Liberty. This thing decapitated the Statue of Liberty.
Question.
Yes.
When I ban somebody, does it delete the message too?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Um,
Continue about the Statue of Liberty.
It is as tall as the Statue of Liberty. It decapitated the Statue of Liberty with ease and flung the head into the middle of the fucking New York City.
Bruh.
The creator has since said that thing was a baby.
A baby?
That
Oh,
was a
God.
baby. We also don't know if there are any more of them around. Because the only other movie that we actively see them active in is a is one that not everyone likes and takes place in a different like universe basically.
Mm.
And no one likes this movie because it was so fucking stupid in the first place.
It sounds kind of dumb.
Like, if you're gonna watch Cloverfield, watch the original. Do not watch either of the other two because they go so far downhill. The only good part about the second one is she kills some guy by dunking his face in acid.
Classic.
But yeah, that movie is so good because that's also like a horror movie, so that's why I like that one. But
Hmm. You and your horror.
all right, shut up,
Make
bitch.
me
I'll tell Disco
win. Tell him what?
that you're bullying me.
And what do you think he'll do?
And give you a stern talking to. I hope.
Oh, well, okay. Sure. You can't just rat me out to Disco. That's not how this works.
It's exactly how it works.
Fucking do it, I dare you.
I will, motherfucker.
And then
Once
he
Finn-
and then he'll come home and not do anything.
I know he won't, but it'd still be funny.
If he ends up doing something, it'll be funny.
Exactly.
And or I'll be very happy afterwards.
Fuck you and your happy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck me and my happy relationship. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Go. Yeah, go shove a kaiju up your ass.
I'm fine with that. Um, listen, that's what Bad Dragon's for.
Bruh.
So,
Great idea.
so oh my god, it's. Would you count a lot of like Lovecraft's thing as kaiju? I'm not sure you would, right? Like they're
Not really, because usually they're an eldritch being on the level of a god.
yeah. So that's why it's like, because I had this argument with someone the other day, right? Because he meant I'm a fan of both kaiju and a fan of Lovecraft, but they're like, I mean, Cthulhu's like a kaiju, and I'm like, no,
No, not really.
no, no,
He's more ethereal and kind of godlike.
yeah,
Like Ghidorah seems kind of. Ghidorah doesn't seem like godlike. He just seems like he eats planets for fun.
he either eats planets and or terraforms them to his liking so he can rule over them.
Yeah.
And again, I would like to point out, invasive species is somehow a truer king than Godzilla, which is fucking ridiculous.
Lol.
You get fucked, Godzilla. Um, there's so many good ones. God, I could keep going on about Ghidorah, but Jesus. um, there is. This is gonna sound so stupid. There was a Roblox game, like that I played when I was into Roblox. Hi, Afri.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Where you basically picked one of the kaiju, you'd go around killing other people, like that were kaiju, and just the more you killed, the more you leveled up and got just like fucking bigger and bigger. But they kind of had to like level cap you at one point because if you kept getting bigger, it would just not look great.
Hmm.
Also, something I would also like to point out about Ghidorah's alpha call, there there is like kind of a throwaway line from Godzilla versus Kong, which takes place like right after King of the Monsters, right?
Yeah.
Where we hear that Kong was so fucking pissed being trapped on Skull Island when Ghidorah did that alpha call, because he is another, like, he is one of the other only kaiju that does not listen to Ghidorah. It's like Godzilla,
Okay.
Mothra, him, and then I think it's this new Titan everyone's calling, like Shimo or something, that do not listen to Ghidorah. And so Kong hearing an alpha call from something that isn't anything he listens to, and just being trapped on an island and not able to go, like, challenge it, really fucking pissed him off.
Sounds very interesting. Huh. Okay. Is this guy more powerful than Ghidorah, or?
No, I mean, it's just King Kong. It's
Then
just,
let me guess. They all use the power of friendship to defeat Ghidorah again.
well, I mean, it was, that's the movie where he takes control of Mecha Godzilla, so
Bruh.
it was, they made an axe out of one of a dead Godzilla's, like, spine plate, basically, like spike on its back. They made an axe out of it for Godzilla, which Godzilla, or for Kong, which Godzilla then powered up using his atomic breath, and they just chopped into fucking Mecha Godzilla. Really think you're gonna defeat me for the power of friendship, but I am the devil from the Bible, so
That's not the Bible, that's the Bible.
the Bible.
You dare question the word of the mighty J?
Yes. So, here's the thing, though. The skull, there's something weird about these movies. I feel like we haven't seen the last of Ghidorah. Because, like I said, he is one of the big five, right? Which are Mechagodzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, Godzilla, and Rodan. Well, bringing in three of your big five in their first movie in this series that you're making get killed immediately. Like, Rodan and Ghidorah were introduced in King of Monsters and killed off in that movie. Or no,
Bruh.
Rodan wasn't. Rodan was just, like, fucked up. But, like, still. To then have, like, just beat the shit out of one of your big five and not bring him back, like, feels weird. Like, they're gonna do something more with Rodan, I feel like. I feel like he might get his own movie at some point or some shit. I feel like Mothra is gonna get her own movie at some point.
You think so?
Probably.
That'd be fun.
They have to do something more with Mechagodzilla, because they did give us a Mechagodzilla, but they didn't give us Mechagodzilla Kiryu, who's the one with the guns.
Right.
So I feel like they're gonna make a second version of Mechagodzilla, because Apex is still, like, running around, right?
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
Keep talking though.
All right. And then the fact of, we know that at least two of Ghidorah's heads exist, like skulls exist. There needs to be one more around. And if they get all three, they could make fucking Mecha Ghidorah, which I feel like in those movies would actually look really cool. So yeah, it's so cool. I fucking love these movies. But, like, okay, so I'm gonna keep going into this fucking Ghidorah rant while Boba's gone. So, like I said, fucking space dragon from the stars. He wipes out everything. He immediately seeks out who is the dominant and takes control, and then terraforms the planet. That is how Ghidorah works. We don't know where he's originally from, but we know that there are more. And considering that he is a psychic being, the other Ghidorahs probably are as well. So, as he's being fucking torn to shreds while inside Mechagodzilla, who's to say he didn't fucking send a signal off to his fucking home planet, and we're about to get more Ghidorahs. Considering we already know that there have been more than one Muto, more than one Skullcrawler, there's been more than one Godzilla, more than one Kong, more than one Mothra. We know that there's the possibility for more than one Ghidorah in this series. And if they bring him back, I will be so happy. So fucking happy. I'm so good. There's so much going on with this fucking series. And like I said, I haven't seen the new movie. When I do, I will be fucking ranting about it on Twitter. Check the Twitter for the new movie. For like Lunex's opinions on the new fucking movie once I finally get to watch it. But also, guys, I do this command now. If you have missed any of the other mod shops before, please go check it out. I put my own VODs up there, and I'm putting the mod shops up there, and I'm working on getting all the mod shops into a playlist to make them easier to find for you all. Mod Shop episode 4 will be uploaded tonight, and then tomorrow I will probably be uploading episode 5. I'm still in the middle of mass uploading VODs from like months ago too, like back in December, so there is going to be a lot of content. You're just kind of getting shoved on that one for those of you who didn't know me back then. You will get to see the old model I used, and it is a thing. But yeah, there's a lot. I also love that that's the movie where like his original movie, Ghidorah just comes out of a fucking meteor for like no reason. Like for no reason, he just pops out of a fucking meteor. Which, that was blinding. I forgot how blinding that scene is when I was trying to watch it fall asleep the other night. Because it's just all these flashing lights, and then he just comes out of the meteor and fucking fireball into an actual dragon. It's so weird. Oh. Sorry, I'm so tired right now, guys. What other weird kaiju? Okay, the Mutos. The Mutos are also really cool. So the Mutos are the villains from the first Godzilla movie and the Monsterverse. And their whole thing is they were trying to eat a bunch of fucking nuclear waste and fucking have sex. And so, like, Godzilla shows up to try and stop them, which is funny as fuck. Because they wreck his shit for the first couple times. Because the whole thing is, like, for some reason, female Mutos are larger, but male Mutos have wings. And then, so to kill the one, I don't even remember how he killed one of them. I think that might be the one where he just dropped a building on it. But the other one, people call it his kiss of death because he just holds the fucking Muto's mouth open and just atomic breath down the throat. Which is such a good scene. It is such a good death because as he fires down the throat, the head comes off of the Muto. There is also a thing called the Queen Muto and Muto Prime, where a Queen Muto.
Muto Prime?
Hello. I'm talking about the Mutos from the first Godzilla movie in the MonsterVerse,
Okay.
where
Nice.
to kill one of them, Godzilla held its mouth open and atomic breath down its throat, and its head came off.
Oh, Jesus. Sounds cool.
People call it the kiss of death.
Hot.
I bet you'd like that.
You get a kiss and you die?
Yeah.
That's a win-win.
All right. But so like Mutos are weird species because they have queens and then also Muto Prime, which is basically the queen of queens.
Simple hierarchy, yes.
But it's like, if I remember how the lore of them works, it's all the queens basically fight with each other until there's one left, and then that one becomes a Muto Prime, and then just has to like repopulate the species. And then when she fucking dies, it starts again.
That doesn't seem very balanced.
No. And that's why I like that someone's like, I want to watch fucking Muto Prime go up against Mothra so we can have a queen versus queen fight. Because Mothra is referred to as Queen of the Monsters because of her symbiotic relationship with Godzilla.
Nice. Slay Queen.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, there's something really fun in these movies. Remember how I told you that like there's these singing twins that like are in charge of Mothra, basically?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the MonsterVerse movies, it is very hard to see because they're like never shown side by side. There is an actress who played two characters in these movies, which are twin sisters who are just like, their whole thing is they have this weird connection with Mothra. They're the ones who discovered Mothra. They're the ones who like take care of Mothra the entire time. And it's just a really cool detail where they're like, we're gonna have these twin sisters take care of Mothra. So that's why, and one of these sisters is basically like the Titan biologist. Like she's the one who's studying them, trying to figure out how they work and everything. So she's the one with all this information on like the creatures and where they came from, because she studies cave paintings and stuff to figure out where these creatures came from and how like these ancient cultures worshipped them and how they worked.
Okay.
But like, so it's really funny when like the one is I always thought it was just one character. Like I never realized she was playing two because like I said, they never really show it, and it's really hard to figure out until you're paying attention to a scene later where you're looking at pictures and there's just two of them standing there and it's like, oh, okay. Oh, you're twins.
Twinsies.
So it's a really good scene where they reveal that Mothra is queen, because she just had her metamorphosis, right?
Yeah.
She spreads out her wings, showing the fucking Godzilla eye pattern. And the one sister's there, and she just looks up and she's like, "Ah, Mothra, queen of the monsters." And it's like, oh, okay. Why not?
Nice.
Because she's also the one who lore drops that Ghidorah is the one who is many.
The one who is many.
The one who is many.
Not only does he have more than one head, but there's also more of him.
There is more of him, and I cannot wait, and I'm super excited because what you missed me talking about.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. He is a, like I said, he's a neurological beast who they specifically state that his heads had to communicate telepathically because the necks were too long.
Fair enough.
So not only is he like completely made of neurons, he is fucking psychic.
As
Who
if
is
you
to
could make
say?
it worse.
Who is to say that before the fucking Mecha Godzilla suit, like, got fucking destroyed? Who is to say that he didn't send a signal to his family?
Huh. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Meaning, because I would also like to say that he is specifically called the youngest sibling, not younger.
Youngest.
He is specifically
Youngest.
called the youngest. So there is at least two other siblings with his parents. There is at
Oh,
least
no.
four Ghidorahs.
That's a little spicy.
I cannot wait because I need to see it. And also, what I specifically said, there are two Ghidorah skulls that we know of. One is the one that the dude was like kind of strapped into. The other was in the Mecha Godzilla suit. So that way
Hmm.
like they could communicate.
Gotcha. Okay.
If they find a third, if they find the third, Mecha Ghidorah.
Mecha Ghidorah.
If Mecha Ghidorah becomes a thing, do you know how fucking happy I'd be? Do you know how fucking happy I'd be to see a full MonsterVerse version of a cybernetic Ghidorah?
At least two.
At
You'd
least
be
two.
happy. How happy would you be? At least two.
At least
Too
two
happy.
what? And everyone's like,
Too
what?
ha- too happy.
Out of how many?
I mean maybe 10 happy. At least two happy. You'd probably be at like 11 happy or something.
Yeah, just 11. Just 11.
The happiness scale is unreliable. Don't trust it.
I was about to say I'm gonna end up at like a 53 or something, but you know,
Yeah. I don't think that's happiness at that point.
no, no. It's just on drugs,
Drugs.
drugs.
God.
I would also like to say, so MonsterVerse, like I said, in all of his fucking shit, he is specifically said they're called as gravity beams, right? Like it's specifically like he doesn't have electricity; it's just knocking them down with unbridled force and destroying shit. However, in the MonsterVerse, they actually made it to where it is electricity because he draws power in from the clouds through his wings.
Hmm.
When he does, you watch his wings light up a bit, which then travels to like inside his stomach, up his chest, through his necks, and then out his mouth.
Hot.
Then, it's oh my god, it's so good. Cause it's one of those things where like it's a good attack. They could have done more with it, but I get why they didn't. He grabs Godzilla, flies into the sky to the point where he is above the clouds and drops Godzilla.
Seismic toss?
Seismic toss. He is up high
Seismic
enough that
toss.
Godzilla starts burning up on re-entry.
Oh my god. Okay. That is super seismic toss.
Super seismic toss.
There we go. That sounds really fucking cool.
And it is. Oh my god, I fucking. There's also one of the parts where he's fighting Rodan. He uses two of his heads to grab Rodan's wings and like spread him out so he can't move, right? In the third head, he just gravity beams him straight in the face. It's like, God, poor
Okay.
Rodan.
Rodan's Rodussy.
Rodisi. Oh
Yeah?
my god. Sorry, there's so much to talk about Ghidorah. Like I said, he's the one whose like lore I know the most. Because I'd like to point out, remember how I said, like, Mothra went and beat him and threw him into a volcano and then he regenerated?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to point out that happened in the time of the dinosaurs because Mothra went back in time.
Bruh.
Mothra went back in
Okay.
time.
That makes sense. Good job, Mothra.
And then she just got his tail stuck in the ground, so he regenerated anyways.
It's insane. You okay?
Yeah, just tired.
Eep.
Just
Eepy.
EP.
Eepy Red Panda.
EP Red Panda. So, like... Okay, sorry, what? It sounded like you were about to say something.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so... My boy. Ghidorah. I love him. I have another theory.
Speak, citizen.
Speak.
Tell me.
So... We know that he...
For real? For real? For real?
Seto! Hello. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thank you so much for the raid.
Jesus Christ. Thank you for the raise. Oh my god. There's a lot of you.
I already shouted him out.
Okay, thank you. Hello guys. It looks like we have no new faces here. But you know, I'm still gonna do my intro, just in case. So, hang on. Hello everyone. I'm Lunex Gotosu, the Cyberpunk Red Panda Boy. We are currently doing our podcast called The Mod Shop with Boba.
Hi. Today's episode's about kaijus.
It is, and I'm having a hyperfixation rant.
We're talking about Ghidorah, he's a multi-headed space dragon. I've never heard of him before, and this is cool as fuck.
And we are now watching the MonsterVerse movies. I hope you know this.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Read the message, you Muppet. I made it just for you. Oh god. It's great
Yeah,
and wonderful.
Lunex
We love
is,
you.
yeah.
Seto.
Lunex is great and wonderful, and we love you.
No. Ah. No wholesomeness.
All the wholesomeness.
No.
You deserve all the love and attention because you are a wonderful person and we love you. You are a wonderful person, a wonderful streamer, and I love spending time with you. And we don't see enough red pandas.
Anyways.
And I love listening to your interests.
But
Even if they're not my favorite thing.
I like that out of context that sounds really fucking funny. Even if they're not my favorite thing.
They're not... Exactly. Even if they're not my favorite thing, the fact that you like them is enough for me to be interested.
Oh my god. No, stop it.
Anyway, welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome in. Hang on, let me go through everyone. Okay, so...
Emerald, Rev, Amphi, Mystique, Seto.
Daz... Pastry...
Beast of a Butler. Pastry. There's so many people.
There's so many...
See the thing is, I had Seto's stream up and I was expecting it, so I had the shout out ready in the chat bar, and I wasn't saying anything.
Oh my god.
I knew it was gonna happen.
No, you know what's funny? I had his stream up on my other monitor, but it was full screen, so I couldn't see chat. So I didn't know what was happening.
Exactly. This is why I am being the ever watchful moderator.
Oh my god. So
Good luck at your meeting, Amphi.
yeah, good luck,
Hope
Ambi.
you have a good day.
Oh my god.
And Seto, I hope you get plenty of rest.
Yeah, go sleep, bitch. So, and thank you again for the raid, Seto. I really appreciate it. Lurking bad ever for Jesus Christ, Pastry.
Pastry, take care of yourself, ya bitch.
So,
Activate the medicine in the soup.
I get like retired for it. That's fair.
Retired.
Love you too, Seto. I don't know why I said it like that.
It's because you really like that. You really like that nickname.
Shut up. Oh god. What is he
Yeah,
gonna say?
Seto, that's fair.
So
Wanker.
just
Bless this shot.
so I have a small theory. This is probably not gonna happen, but whatever. If we get the other Ghidorahs coming back, I know, like, the whole thing is like, okay, what if he... Jesus Christ, Boba. The whole thing is he, like, if he sent a signal to his family to come and be like, hey, kill all of these things. However, what if it's not just, like, revenge? What if, when they get here, they start trying to terraform everything and try to take it over?
Yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
That sounds terrifying. Because, yeah, Venus is very caustic and terrifying.
Venus is fine. And again, like I said, oh, Jesus Christ, Ollie. Thank you for
Ollie
the
with
bits.
Ollie with the gay money. Hell yeah. All right.
Okay, so now that my hyperfixation is done, I think that is all the time we have for this one.
Yeah, I have a new favorite Dargon to talk about or obsess over.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you to everybody that joined, and thank you so much for the raid, Seto. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you for thank you.
Sub
Yeah,
Seto.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me find who we're rating, since my original idea was gonna raid Seto, but
Well, yeah, we're gonna
Oh my God,
raid out.
Vale. I'm gonna raid Vale. I haven't talked to Vale in forever, and she's dating a Grim Reaper right now.
Angie Ollie. No, that's Ollie with flowers.
You thought it was Ollie Angie?
Yeah. I was like, it's because I don't have my glasses on.
That's fair.
Blind.
Blind.
But yes, thank you to everybody for watching, and thank you for the raid.
Yeah, thank you again for the raid, Seto.
Really appreciate it, and thank you for listening to us ramble about random bullshit for the 5th episode.
The 5th time. Which, like I said, I'll do the command again. I know I should. Okay. First off, raid message. There's the raid message.
Hey, Seto, if you don't want me to be Four Eyes, come here and take my glasses off for me.
Jesus. And here you can watch the other 4 episodes if you want.
Exactly. They all get uploaded to Lunex's VOD channel. So
I'm going to work on putting them in a playlist to make them easier.
it's a good idea, because I don't upload them to my channel because I'm lazy. So
That's fair. Alright. Everyone get the raid message and I will start the raid. Bye.
did you put the raid message in?
Yeah.